for us to bring to you WeFM's Midday News, coming to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Listen, there's no more fire in this relationship. We've officially run out of steam. These issues have been bubbling for far too long. I'm sorry, but I got burned too many times. So, I'm moving on to a hot new stove from Quartz. I met him online, and he doesn't mind doing all the cooking.
Say goodbye to your old appliances and hello to new ones from Quartz.
No, it's not my fault. Don't try to gaslight me.
Quartz, bringing Christmas home.
Welcome to WeFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Dianna Cain. In local news, on Tuesday, December 17th this year, a total of 18 cattle arrived at the Argyle International Airport from Miami as part of the livestock component of the UBEC CERC SVG Food Insecurity Project. The cattle species consists of 2 black Angus males, 4 black Angus females, 2 red Angus males, and 10 red Angus females. Mr. Colville King, Deputy Chief Agricultural Officer and the technical focal point for the UBEC CERC SVG Food Insecurity Project, highlighted the 2 objectives, which include establishing a reliable breeding program and supplying superior genetics through artificial insemination, noting that this approach will enable many cattle farmers to produce cattle with higher carcass weights, potentially increasing from the current average of 400 to 500 pounds to as much as 700 pounds. Minister of Agriculture, Forestry, Fisheries, Rural Transformation, Industry and Labor, Honorable Saboto Caesar, emphasized the importance of food and nutrition security in the face of climate change and natural disasters, and praised the Ministry of Agriculture's technical staff and veterinary department for their efforts in sourcing and selecting the breeds. Minister Caesar indicated that plans are in place to collaborate with the SVG Cattle Association and other stakeholders to expand the national herd, expressing confidence that by the end of 2025, cattle production will see extensive growth, and urged farmers to collaborate and work collectively to achieve this objective. Police have arrested and charged Alderman Pompey, a 52-year-old mason of Richland Park, with the offenses of assault and indecent language. Reports are that Pompey allegedly assaulted a 24-year-old police officer of Fairhall by raising a cutlass to his head with the intent to commit bodily harm, and used indecent language in a public place, which is the Fairhall Public Road. Pompey appeared before the Serious Offences Court on December 20th, pleaded not guilty to the charges, and was granted 1,000 EC dollars bail under these conditions. He is prohibited from having any contact with the virtual complainant. He is required to report to the Kalioquah Police Station every Monday and Wednesday between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. The matter was adjourned and transferred to the Kalioquah Magistrate Court, where it will be heard on January 7th next year. Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture, Honorable Carlos James, recently attended a tourism discussion in Miami during the celebration of Caribbean Weekend. The Caribbean Tourism Organization, the CTO, partnered with Royal Caribbean during Caribbean Weekend in Miami this month, bringing together regional ministers and directors of tourism, as well as other stakeholders, to explore the potential for economic growth, sustainability, and deeper community engagement. The event, which was hosted aboard Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas and themed Envisioning Caribbean Tourism, an Iconic Summit, featured a dynamic discussion with Michael Bailey, President and CEO of Royal Caribbean, which was moderated by Bevan Springer, President of Marketplace Excellence, public relations agency of record for the CTO. The summit provided a unique opportunity for mutual exchange on topics such as the cruise industry's role in creating employment and opportunities in the Caribbean. In news of the region, the Rape Crisis Society of Trinidad and Tobago, the RCSTT, has defended its decision to accept a $15,000 donation from a sentenced rapist. In a statement from the RCS, they confirmed receiving a $15,000 donation on December 16th as part of a court order, noting that the donation came as a result of the victim's request to have compensation redirected to support the organization's work instead of paid to her directly. The organization said it is the first time that a situation like this has occurred, and they intend to hold consultations with its various stakeholders to review the processes and determine how matters such as this will be treated in the future. RCSTT emphasized that it operates independently of the judiciary and played no role in the sentencing decision of the High Court. Mark Carvajal was sentenced to 6 years, 11 months, and 2 weeks in prison last week after receiving several reductions, including one for the donation to the society. And to RCSTT was consistent with Section 43 of the Sexual Offences Act, which allows survivors to receive compensation from convicted offenders. The Rape Crisis Society acknowledged the importance of compensation in aiding survivors' recovery and said funds are used to provide therapy, medical assistance, and other critical support, but also recognized the need for clearer guidelines to address similar situations in the future. 57-year-old Dr. Ong Neng of Myanmar, living in Jamaica, was found naked in his house on Sunday afternoon with stab wounds to the chest and neck in the Landilo Phase 1 housing scheme. A police source told the Jamaica Observer that there was a lot of blood in the house, and the constabulary has theorized that this could be a crime of passion as the house was locked up. Residents have expressed their shock and bewilderment as they claim Neng was an introvert who was well behaved and didn't keep friends. One resident noted that the doctor's vehicle was not at home when his body was found. Another resident said Dr. Neng lived alone and would be inside his house without anyone knowing. He said that on Sunday, a man on his way to a neighbor's house raised an alarm after seeing a swarm of flies at a window and vultures circling the area, prompting persons to call the police. Meanwhile, the police source said they are following leads and looking at different angles, checking with family members to find out if he had other persons visiting. In international news, a Women's Solidarity Honor that was recently awarded to American actor and director Justin Baldoni has been rescinded after the actor was accused by his co-star Blake Lively of sexual harassment and mounting a campaign to destroy her reputation. Baldoni was honored by Vital Voices with the Voices of Solidarity Award on December 9th, an award that celebrates remarkable men who have shown courage and compassion in advocating on behalf of women and girls. The organization made the announcement on Monday evening that it rescinded the award after the legal complaint filed by Lively alleged abhorrent conduct by the actor, his studio, and a crisis public relations team that it said was contrary to the values. Baldoni's legal team told the BBC the allegations are categorically false and said they hired a crisis manager because Lively had threatened to derail the film unless her demands were met. Liz Plank, who co-hosts a podcast with Baldoni, has also announced that she was leaving the show following the allegations. Lively also accused Baldoni and Wayfarer Studios of leaving a multi-tiered plan to wreck her reputation in the media and online, including hiring a crisis manager who led a sophisticated, coordinated, and well-financed retaliation plan against her and used a digital army to post social media content that seemed authentic. And finally, in sports, playing alongside his son Charlie and with daughter Sam as his caddy, Team Woods carded a 13-under round of 59 in the first round of the two-day PNC Championship at the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club in Orlando, Florida. The stunning performance by father and son put their team atop the standings in a three-way tie for the lead, with Tiger Woods commenting that the week was for each of them as they support each other to pull off each shot that they want. This is the fifth time Team Woods has played at the two-day 36-hole competition that features 20 major champions and their family members. Woods' public return to golf comes after he underwent successful back surgery in September. This has been WeFM's Midday News, and I have been your presenter, Dianna Cain. Join us at 3 o'clock when we bring to you WeFM's 3 p.m. news. WeFM's Midday News came to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Have a Merry Christmas with an easy-to-get cash loan from Courts Ready Cash. Plus, get a chance to win up to $2,500 cash and incredible weekly prizes to make your holidays extra special. Getting a Courts Ready Cash loan is easy, with no security required and fast approval. Don't put it off any longer. Get your cash loan now and get your chance to win up to $2,500 cash and weekly prizes. And make your Christmas merry. Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are. Conditions apply.